been speaking to Tommy Robinson, I guess.
Whoever tries to shake the bell, to ring the bell, to wake people up. Hey guys, look at your next generation. Are you willing to keep Britain as British? Are you willing to keep France as French? Are you willing to keep Holland, the Netherlands? Is it culture? Is it today or not? If you give up, let us know and we'll know that you give up. But I think, unfortunately, people don't look at the future. They don't think about the future.
So go and see it somewhere else where it's worked.
Go see what happened to a neighborhood named Barbès in Paris, which became a kasbah, means the downtown of Arab town. Dirty, unplanned, stinky. I was there. I almost fainted. Something which is, and you know what? In Europe, the architecture is very important. You see the buildings, the windows, the balconies, the railings. You know it, especially classical Europe, which was buildings which are built in 19th century, 20th century, are very nice design, and the design is part of the face of the town. Today, when a neighborhood becomes Islamic, you see in every balcony a dish, big dish, could come to 2 meters.
Like a satellite dish.
Satellite dish. Why satellite dish? They don't want to intercept the local TV, because local TV is not so modest at some hours of the day of the night. Okay, and they don't want their children to be exposed to what is going on in the local channels. So they want to connect to Arabsat or Nilesat, which are Islamic, and there you don't see porn or everything or things like this. So this is why they have these dishes, in order to not to be part of the. Why don't they have one dish on the roof and it will be divided to all the apartments? Because some of them are from Morocco, some of them from Algeria, some of them from Iraq and Afghanistan. They don't speak the same languages, so they intercept different transponders. So this is how it works. And unfortunately, the authorities, which should have implemented and enforced the law of zoning and planning, which is definitely deals with the face of the building or the side which faces the street, they don't care, because in these neighborhoods nobody dares to go and tell them anything, because then what will happen to you if you are an official which come from the municipality and tell them to do this or not to do this? What will happen to you? I don't want to be your life insurance agent.
So to sum up, what's the future? Are you an optimist or a pessimist?
When it comes to Europe, total pessimist. Total pessimist, because I see the trend, and I see that there is absolutely no rejection. Okay, you saw one big demonstration in London. How many people were there? Hundreds of thousands, with the Union Jack flag and Israel flag, by the way, as well. And don't forget that the Palestinian flag is only a fig leaf to cover the Islamism which they want to spread there. So, okay, we saw the demonstration. Do the right in Europe make more babies? I'm not sure. Maybe in the margin. So, what is the solution of the right? Never mind the left, which has no solution. What is the right offering to Europe? Let's say in Germany, you see this AfD, the alternative for Deutschland. What do they offer to change the tide, to change the direction of Germany? I have no idea. They want to get rid of the Turks. Okay, who will replace them? Who will be the taxi drivers? Who will be the bus drivers? Who will be the workers in Mercedes and BMW and Audi? Who will assemble cars? Who will work in telephone camp? Who will work in AEG? Okay, because all these migrants work there. Of course, the Germans are the managers and the engineers, but the people on the ground are migrants.
So who's getting it right in the world?
I don't know who is getting it right, but I'm saying first of all, in Israel, you see people and you hear people who talk about the reality because they see it. And in many cases, we Israelis, we talk about problems because if we don't talk, we will sink to the same swamp like the Europeans. And we do here, look, we put a siege, a fence in the south to prevent the mass migration which we had here. And now we are trying to encourage unsettled migrants in other countries. We live in it. Okay? Where is the problem? We want to keep our country. We want to keep our nation. Want to keep our culture. Unfortunately, many in Europe see us as that we are bigots and we are Islamophobes and we are racists. No, we want to keep our identity. We came back to our forefathers' land not in order to become another Britain. If we wanted to stay in Britain, we would stay in Britain. We came back to our forefathers' land in order to renew Jewish life as a community, as a nation, as a people with agenda, Jewish agenda. Yes, there are many countries in the world which those migrants can find and have much better life. In Israel, we have wars every time and again. We have economic problems. Israel is not the best place on earth. But why should they be here? They should look for a better place, like Britain, which gives them many more benefits.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So, well, on that pessimistic note, I think you've answered the question, pessimist or optimist. But I do appreciate.
Look, what we should do, and I hope this podcast will do, will open the eyes of Europeans to look at their neighborhood, not their own neighborhoods, but the next neighborhood, what is happening there. Because what happens there will be in your neighborhood in 5 years,
But so,
10 years.
And what you're calling for, though, this is what I'm trying to get at. It's an injection of pride and a resurgence of joy in what you feel you represent or historically represented, rather than necessarily an animosity towards what's coming. Or is it both?
Look, it's inevitable. If you don't stop it, it doesn't go anywhere. It becomes bigger and bigger by birth, by migration. And look, I never blame those who make children for the changes of demography. I blame those who do not have children. That's how it works.
Go forth and multiply.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for talking with me. I really appreciate it. It's a terrifying message, but one that I know you are very keen to spread, and that is important to you to spread around the world. So I appreciate it.
If somebody suffers from a lethal disease, you cannot tell him that he has the flu, and this is why he doesn't feel okay. You should tell him, yes, you are in a problem, and you should cooperate, and you should do something, because otherwise, it's the end of you. Okay, as it is in hospital. If you want the cooperation of a patient, if you can cooperate, you have to tell him the situation. You cannot hide it from him. Otherwise, why should he cooperate with medications which he doesn't like if he doesn't know his situation? We have, through this podcast, we have to ring the bell to tell. And you know what? We didn't talk about the judicial system, which definitely castrates the ability of European nations to fight this Islamism, which is imposed on them by those migrants. So okay, and the decisions, weird decisions of the judicial system, which is part of the problem. Yes, we have to talk about all these problems in order to maybe do something. Otherwise, like the frog in the pen.
Mordechai Kedar, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Was it a pleasure?
No.
Okay.